guys, so I'm going to do another movie review. Obviously, that's why we're here today. Why else would we be here? I don't know. So I'm going to talk about The Awakening, and this is one that I actually started a while ago and then stopped watching it. I'm not sure why. I think it's because it's a little slow in the beginning, so I wanted to stop. I don't know, I got bored. So this time I obviously finished it for the sake of the review. So this movie came out in 2011, and it is set in the 1920s and in England. And so it is a British film, and let me talk about it a little bit. So the plot, basically there's this skeptic woman named Florence, and she goes about to like seances and to haunted things where people hire her, and she like reveals all the, I don't know what you want to call it, controversies of the field. Basically, she doesn't believe in any of it, and she goes around proving people wrong and proving that hauntings don't exist and that ghosts don't exist, and things like that. So then she meets a stranger, and he requests that she come to this school for boys, in this like mansion type house. And so he says that a boy has died from a ghost attack or whatever. But okay. I cannot collect my thoughts today. So she agrees to go there, and she sets up all her equipment to see if ghost is really there or not, to prove that, it wasn't a ghost, that he actually died of an asthma attack. Well, because he was scared to death, I guess, but the fear made him have an asthma attack. So basically the movie consists of her just, going about the house because she hears things. The scare factor in this movie is not very strong. It's kind of suspenseful, but when you actually see scares and things like that, it's not scary. And at least in my opinion, this is definitely more of a suspense drama type movie. It's not really a horror, but it's good for those of you who don't really like the horror genre, and still watch my videos and want to try out something that I recommend. So this is really hard to review without talking about the rest of the movie, because obviously that's not the whole movie. But I really don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'll talk about it, but be warned that I would really prefer if you guys went in with a blind eye, not knowing the end or knowing the spoilers. Unless you're not planning on watching it, then stay tuned. But I do want to talk about it more because I can't really talk about it without going into the end, and the spoilers and the, twists and stuff about the movie. But it was really entertaining to have the reveal of all the twists, because there's so many things that happen in the second half of the movie that I missed out on the first time I watched it. So I'm gonna get into that now, so if you would prefer to watch this movie without knowing the ending, then I would just turn off the video now. Okay, so all the little boys go home for vacation, and it leaves her, the housemaid type, motherly, I don't know what you would call her, who was actually Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter, so she's a really good actress. And then the man that hired her to go to the boys' school. Is those three with a little boy that stays behind because his parents are traveling. And then there's like a groundskeeper guy who ends up attacking Florence and trying to rape her and stuff like that, but then the ghost scares him away, so he doesn't end up raping her. Basically, the first twist that you see is that there is no little boy. She's been talking to this boy named Thomas, and when she came back from the woods after being attacked by the groundskeeper, she told the man, "Please don't tell Tom." And he's like, "Who's Tom?" She's like, "The little boy." He's like, "There are no children here, it's just us, adults." And then that's kind of the first time she's like, "What?" Because she has seen and talked to this little boy throughout the film. And so at first I was like, okay, but the woman who runs the school can see him too, and they're always together. And so I was confused right off the bat. I was like, well, why can they both see him? Like, is there a purpose to that and nobody else can? There was a purpose to that. So that's the first twist. The second twist, you find out that the Florence actually used to live in that house, and that was like crazy to me. I was like, whoa. Basically what happened is, as a child, she had witnessed her father kill her mother and kill her friend Thomas at the time, who was also, it was her half-brother basically. And then the woman who runs the school is his mother. And so she had helped raise Florence, but Florence didn't remember any of this coming into it. She had repressed all of those memories because they were so horrific. And so some of the foreshadowing you see though throughout the, oh my god, it's so awkward when people walk by. Some of the foreshadowing though that you see throughout the movie is she never refers to the school as a school. She always says the house, when clearly it's like a mansion, but it's technically a school now. So that's the second twist. And then at the end, that was awesome because you see her reveal and, you know, seeing everything for the first time, kind of like she is, because she's like starting to remember everything. Everything's coming back to her. And there are little things, little clues here and there to that throughout the film that you don't even think twice about when they actually happen. So in the end, she accepts all of this and she goes to the woman and is like, I remember. And the woman, you know, said, I wet nursed you and helped raise you after your parents died. And she grew up with Thomas, or sorry, she was friends with Thomas before he died. They were really close, and so his ghost stuck around in the house. And so the woman pours her a glass of wine, hands it to her, pours herself a glass of wine, and as they're drinking, she's like, you can stay here, you know, forever. And she's like, no, I'm gonna go home, it's too much for me. And she's like, well, you're going to stay here forever. And so then Florence looks at her and her glass. She realizes she's feeling funny. Basically, the woman had poisoned both of them, both herself and Florence, to have them all be a happy family again, have her, Thomas, and herself and Florence be together again, you know, permanently in that house. And basically she was not ready to die. She didn't want to, so the guy rushes in and she's like, give me something to make me sick. But he's like taking forever. And so Thomas goes up to her and like holds her and she's like, you know, I don't want to die. I don't want to be here forever. And so he gives her something to make her throw up, like Ipecac or something. So she throws up the poison and she lives. So that's basically the synopsis of the film. I really, really loved it at the end. The beginning was a bit slow and slow-paced, but I really... Give that to me. I mean, this man totally just watched me. So awkward. But I really enjoyed this film, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys. But yeah, I'll have the trailer listed down below. Keep in mind that none of the trailer is really gonna show anything of the twist, no plot, anything ever tells you of the twist, except if you read like the synopsis online. Obviously it'll tell you then. But if you read like descriptions and stuff like that, no clues as to what is happening, which I think is cool. That's why it was such a surprise to me, because it wasn't in any like movie description anywhere. So I would definitely check it out. That's basically all I have to talk about. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.